Hi, my name is Mia, and this is our puppy Leaf, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know there hasn't been a video in quite a while now. It's been quite the busy August, so here's a little bit of a recap of just some of the things that we've been up to. You'll see Leaf got stung by a bee. That was very scary, but we are all good now. The vet gave him a Benadryl shot and he is back to being his normal self. Thank God. Have of course also been reading, and I have read some amazing books once again this month. I just cannot believe my luck. I am just on such a great streak this year. That has never happened to me before. There have really only been a couple books that I didn't love, and everything else this year has been great. So yeah, here are the physical books that I read this month, and if you're familiar with these three titles over here, then you'll know that I have kind of been digging into Middle Eastern culture a little bit the past few weeks. It's kind of what I love to do. Is I like to learn about different cultures and countries through stories and reading about them. So that's exactly what I did. And also I feel like the current state of the world, what's going on in Palestine, really inspired this journey over to the Middle East as well. But let me not get too dark just now. Let me start off with two more lighthearted books that I read, or almost finished reading this month. The first one is called Open Water, and it's quite the short book, but it is very beautifully written. It honestly reads more like a poem, like a song. It's just, there's not too much story behind it. It's really just, more of a work of art, art made from words. And it's about what it means to be Black living in London. So you have these young adults who fall in love and grapple with their identity, grapple with young love, grapple with being in his case with what it means to be a man, and also the cultural background that they share of having African roots. So I really love this book. I'm sure it's not for everyone. I just really love words, so I love this book. But if you need more of like an easygoing, easy to understand story, then A Man Called Oba, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's quite popular. It's been turned into a movie by now, and it's very easy to read. A fun little book about this grumpy old man who kind of is a good portrayal of what it means to be human, of what shapes us in the way that we engage with other people in the world around us, how our past impacts our character today, and also it really teaches you to give people maybe second chances, dig a little deeper, that not everyone truly is the way that they first present themselves to you, and that people have the ability to change as well. So just a very reflective book and very easy to read, very fun little read. So I would highly recommend. All right, now we are entering deeper, more heartbreaking territory right here. So the first book I read is called Martyr, and my goodness, this is definitely one of the best books I have read this whole year, that I have read ever, really. It's about a young adult once again named Cyrus, and he grew up in the Midwest of the US, but his parents are Iranian, so he kind of grew up around that culture, and you learn a lot about Iranian culture. And both of his parents kind of died in rather strange ways, which makes him kind of obsessed with the idea of death, and specifically the idea of martyrs. So he starts researching them, ends up interviewing a martyr, and through that process you just get to know Cyrus, get to know his culture, his background, and you're in for quite the twist at the end of the book. So really, really well written. Definitely a page turner for me. I was glued to this book for a couple days. All right, next up is called My Friends, and this is about a, again, young adult from Libya who got a scholarship to study in the UK. And you kind of get a good idea of life in Europe versus life in Libya, and kind of the complications that come along with being away from home, what it means to be home really, and the different cultural aspects and the different political systems as well, because Khalid, the main character of this book, he ends up attending a protest to protest the Libyan government, which is a decision that led to him basically never being able to return home because he would fear prosecution. So very deep topics in this one as well. Now I will say though, since the title is My Friends, I kind of expected the friendship aspect to be a little more present and a little deeper. To be honest, I found that the relationships were described a little too superficial for my liking, but maybe that's just because I read Martyr before, and the relationships in this book are just insanely detailed and beautiful, and you can just feel for the characters. But honestly, it didn't bother me much how this one was written. I definitely still really enjoyed reading it. It was just something I stumbled upon really because the title just threw me off a little. Alright, and now to the last physical book. It's called My Brother, My Land, and it is about a Palestinian farming family, and it kind of takes place between the 1960s to the early 2000s, and then kind of recaps the last couple of years up until the present day, 2024. And it follows several generations of Palestinians and kind of the changes that they have experienced, and what it's like to live in Palestine as regular civilians, and also kind of grappling with the political landscape and the way that you can express and almost defend yourself and your right to your own country. So a very, very up-to-date topic, I will say, and I would highly recommend. I will say this one took me quite a while to get through, just because it is just really, really horrible, all the things that have happened over the years. So it's really painful to read about, but once again, I find it very important to just educate yourself about those topics, and this book would be a great starting point for that. And now moving on to an audiobook that I listened to. It's called 10 Minutes, 38 Seconds in This Strange World by Elif Shafak. And this one's about a Turkish prostitute who is murdered, and then kind of like during the 10 minutes and 38 seconds of her experiencing death, or like immediately after dying, she walks us through different times of her life, different aspects of her life. So once again, you learn a lot about Turkish culture as well. And I just love the writing as well. Elif Shafak's writing is great. I already loved her book, The Island of Missing Trees, so that's another strong recommendation. Yeah, The Island of Missing Trees is kind of set in and around the island of Cyprus, which is half Greek, half Turkish. So yeah, it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet identity type story as well. So very, very good. Definitely check that book out as well if you're interested and if you haven't read it yet. And that is all of the books that I have read that I've had time to read this past month. Like I said, we've been quite busy and we will continue to be busy, so definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button because we have a couple of really exciting things coming up in the next month or so. We have some trips planned, a really big one as well. We're doing a whole road trip along the east coast of the US, so definitely hit that subscribe button right now so you can stay up to date and don't miss my future videos. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave me a like, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day and I hope to see you next time.